All right, everybody, we're going to get started. It's about 3 o'clock now, and we're ready to kick off our ambassador briefing for this month. Welcome, everybody. We're really excited to have you here today. My name is Julie Eller, and I'm the manager of Grassroots Advocacy. If this is your first time joining us, a special welcome comes to you, and please stick around for after our briefing when we have our new ambassador orientation. We've got a great briefing for you guys all today, and we've got Michelle Guadalupe on the line with us, our Director of State Legislative Affairs, to provide you all with a state update. Michelle, do you want to do one more sound check for me? I was messing around with our muting before, and I just want to make sure we can hear each other. Just hit #6 to unmute your line, Michelle.
Can you hear me now, Julie? Oops, can you hear me now, Julie?
Perfect.
Okay,
yes, I
perfect.
can.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, let's dig in. We're going to start off with our federal updates. And unfortunately, Vincent Facilio, our Director of Federal Affairs, is unable to join us for our call today. So I'm going to provide you with his federal update. And we've got a number of things that we want to touch on today. The first being Medicare therapy caps. And we want to thank everybody who has taken action through our action centers to tell your members of Congress that therapy can't wait for people on Medicare. If you aren't familiar, the Medicare program currently limits the amount it will pay for rehabilitation services like physical or occupational therapy. This means that once someone has reached the cap, they can no longer get coverage for this type of care. As you know, physical and occupational therapy plays an important role in the treatment of arthritis by improving mobility and restoring the use of effective joints, increasing strength to support the joints, and maintaining fitness and the ability to perform daily activities. Congress has until Friday at midnight to prevent a government shutdown. And it is possible that a deal reached between Republicans and Democrats will include a change in this policy. So if you have not already taken action, please take action today. We have our Medicare therapy cap action alert live on our website. And if you are so inclined, please share that broadly with your social media networks and friends and family so that they can take action as well. Other updates for you all. We're having a federal briefing on Capitol Hill on February 1, and the save the date for the briefing is on the right hand of this screen. We're hosting the event in cooperation with the Congressional Arthritis Caucus, along with the American College of Rheumatology. It's a special lunch briefing, and we're hoping that you all will help us. We're going to talk about this a little bit later on in our ambassador activity section, but we have our save the date live on our website, and we're hoping that you'll send it on to your members of Congress and their staff to encourage their staff to attend the briefing. We also have an exciting advocate webinar around the corner with special guest speaker, Representative Brad Wenstrup of Ohio. He's going to be talking about a bill that he has co-sponsored called the Restoring the Patient Voice Act. And that act is seeking to place a federal reform on step therapy practices. So please join us on January 24th at 11 a.m. to give him a warm welcome. And please promote this event online, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. One other federal update that we want to touch on is our CHIP National Day of Action, which happened last week. We want to thank everybody who took to social media with the hashtag SaveChip to help raise your voices on behalf of children who are in desperate need of health care in our country. I want to ask you to continue to take action. And if you aren't familiar, last week we marked 100 days since Congress failed to reauthorize the Children's Health Insurance Program. This issue is usually bipartisan, but unfortunately has been caught up in other policy debates this year. There are signs that Congress will include a 6-year reauthorization on Friday as part of a government funding bill. Nearly 9 million children depend on CHIP for their care. So thanks to all of our ambassadors who took to Twitter to highlight this lack of funding for CHIP, and please continue to take action. All right, that's our federal update for today, and I'm going to pass it over to Michelle for our state updates.
Okay, great, Julie. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I can hardly believe it's only January 17th, and we already at the state legislative session, we have over 35 states in session. So what does that mean? We're actually monitoring over 150 bills on our core issues. I know we have talked about those core issues on this call before, as well as our advocate webinar series. These include things such as prior authorization, step therapy, biosimilars. I can keep on going, but a lot of our different position statements are actually up on our website, so please make sure that you check those out if you have any questions, or contact any of us and we can give you that information. So I want to make sure to acknowledge several of our Platinum ambassadors. They've already started testifying. Anna Lagasse, who is the top picture, she actually testified in December, and she testified on step therapy over in Massachusetts. Thank you very much. In the middle is Heidi Barrett, who just testified last week on 2 different bills, both of them being patient access bills. And then on the bottom, we have Deb Constein, who had testified in December in Wisconsin. So you can see that our advocates and ambassadors have just, right before the holidays, and this immediately right here into 2018, they have started testifying and really making a difference for people with arthritis in these different bills. If you're looking at more to get involved, we actually do have some upcoming Capital Days. Listed is just the Capital Days we have in January and February. Please watch your inbox. If you're in those states, you'll get more information, as well as if you're in different states, we have future Capital Days well into March and April. But this is, again, a great way to go to your state capital and really engage on these issues. If for some reason your state is not having a Capital Day, there will be many things that you can do throughout the year, getting engaged in action alerts, especially at the federal level, and working on different social media and other aspects like that. One great thing that you're able to take with you when you're doing state legislation, or even at the federal level, is we've got these new state fact sheets that are hot off the presses. We have them for every single one of our states about why arthritis matters. And this would be a great leave behind for legislators, as well as making sure that you yourself are educated about matters with arthritis and some of the different issues that we're working on. So I know that Julie will talk a little bit more about how to navigate and find some of these tools, but we wanted to make sure to showcase one of our exciting new fact sheets.
Thanks so much, Michelle. That's a really great way to kind of talk some more about these new materials. We're really excited about them. We put a lot of work into getting them exactly as we needed to be with our new position statements and all of those pieces. So please send these on to your members of Congress. And before we totally shift gears, I just want to provide you all with our advocacy leadership team map. Here we have outlined all of the different states that our advocacy leadership team covers, with some of our contact information on the bottom. This is available in our tools and resources section on our website if you want to check it out some more. So first things first, I want to just mention briefly our Platinum Ambassador Assembly before we move over into our Action Center updates. Our registration for the Platinum Ambassador Assembly went live last week on Friday, so if you haven't done so already, please check it out. And I want to just make you aware that we have 2 events happening this March. From March 9th to the 11th, we're going to be having at the same hotel as the Assembly, our Arthritis United meeting, and that is for anyone who is in the Arthritis Support Network, a special opportunity for people in the Arthritis Support Network who are leaders is to become advocacy certified and then stay on through the Platinum Ambassador Assembly on March 12th and 13th. Now, the Assembly is in place of our traditional Advocacy Summit for this year and will continue on in years to come with an every other year structure. So our next full Advocacy Summit will be in 2019. But this event will function very similarly. Just to emphasize before we move on, we're going to have 4 tracks available at this highly advanced and specialized event. The first is for our 50 Platinum Ambassadors. The second is for future leaders, and future leaders are individuals who have been to the Advocacy Summit in the past and who are committed to becoming Platinum Ambassadors in 2018. This track is also available to those aforementioned ASN leaders who have accomplished their advocacy certification. For teens, we're going to offer our Junior Ambassador track and enroll any of the teens that attend in our Junior Ambassador program. And track 4 will be for children 12 years old and younger. Again, this event is going to be a highly advanced training, and we're really going to be doing some specialized trainings for all of the attendees. So if you haven't attended an advocacy summit in the past, this is not the event for you, but our 2019 advocacy summit certainly is, and we look forward to seeing you in DC next year. If you are planning on registering, we have our Platinum Ambassador Assembly webpage live on our website, and you can get there by searching arthritis.org/advocate, and then you have the Platinum Ambassador Assembly. We have links for our future leaders and for our junior ambassadors and for hotel registration in our group rate. If you are not currently a Platinum Ambassador, these are the links that you should look for. If you are a Platinum Ambassador, I have sent you a personal link that you should use to register. Now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about our new Action Center. Our Action Center is something that we've been working on to make our website a little bit more interactive, and it went live this December. So we haven't had a chance to formally talk about it on our briefings, but we're really excited about this tool and hope that you are too. So I know that we've mentioned that we've transitioned to a new grassroots tool called Voter Voice. And through Voter Voice, we have this really great tool now that's available to all of you. Our Action Center is hosted on our website. If you go right to advocacy or arthritis.org/advocate, you'll be able to get to here at our Action Center and open up a world of possibility. At the top of the page and right here where we have actions, you'll be able to take action on any of our action alerts that are currently live. For instance, right now we have a step therapy action alert. The Medicare therapy cap action alert that we mentioned during our federal update is live here. This is where our reporting center is driven from. So if you want to report your ambassador activities, you can do so here as well. Some of the really cool things are the details. The best part about this tool is all of the details that are involved. So we have in our action alerts, you can see our federal issues are here, our state issues are below, and just by simply clicking on one of these, you'll get to compose your message. And we have pre-populated messages for you, so it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. We're really trying with this tool to bring advocacy to the comfort of your own home. So you'll have lots of opportunities to advocate through these resources. So please check them out. And if you are in a state that has a current state action item, you can take action there as well. Another tool we're really proud of that's in our Action Center is our Find Elected Officials tool. Simply by putting in your address, you'll be able to see all of your federal elected officials along with your state elected officials. I populated with my hometown in New Jersey, and you can see all of my federal officials here and all of my state officials here. And I also showed my DC elected official here, Delegate Eleanor Norton. But if you click on any of these links here, you'll be met with a profile for your elected official. It'll give you all of their contact information, their capital address, their district address, their phone number, their fax, their social media websites. You can learn about their religion, their family, their date of birth in case you want to send them a birthday card. And you'll also learn about what committees they sit on. So you'll really have a full access to lots of different information that can really help you inform your advocacy work. If you know that your elected official sits on a particular committee where a bill that we're interested in is currently sitting, well, then we have all the more leverage and all the more power to make our voices heard. The more background information we know about our ambassador or about our elected officials, the better our advocacy efforts can be. The other great part about this Find Your Elected Officials tool is that simply by clicking any of the boxes next to the elected officials' names, you'll be able to compose a personal message to them. So you no longer have to send an email through their form letters. You can come directly to our website and send an email to any of your senators, any of your state elected officials, and just let them know, hey, I'm an advocate for arthritis. I'm an ambassador, and I want you to hear my story. And it can all be done through our Action Center. Next, we have our Look Up Legislation tool, and I think this is a particularly good tool. This tool allows you to pop in a keyword, select a bill that you are looking at. You can do this for both the state and federal jurisdictions. For instance, we popped in step therapy here. By selecting H.R. 2077, the Restoring the Patient's Voice Act, we can see more details about the bill, who are the sponsors, and where the bill is currently in the legislative process. The other thing we can see is all of the co-sponsors for that particular bill. So if you want to make an ask for your elected official to sign on to a particular bill, to support a particular bill, you'll be able to do so more personally by knowing what they already support, simply through our Look Up Legislation tool. You're also able to click into this link and read the full text of the legislation, if that's something you're interested in. Finally, our Reporting Our Activities tool is part of this new system, and it's still in our Ambassador Reporting Center, just where it has always been before, but our system is much easier and intuitive this year. Rather than having to go in and type your password every time you want to report your activities, you can simply go in and report your name, and it will allow you to check off the work that you've done so far and remind you about some of the other things that is left to do. So all of these tools are part of our new Action Center, and we really do hope that you take full advantage of them because they really are great. You can also sign up and recruit new members through this tool, but it's a wonderful talking piece, and I hope that you all check it out and take action with us. Now, let's talk about your ambassador activities for this month. Just so you know, where you can learn more on our website, you can go to our current ambassador assignment under our ambassador program tab to learn more about these activities in real time. So the first is, as we mentioned during our federal update, that we'd like you to invite your member of Congress and their staff to our Hill briefing on February 1. We have a save the date already online that's available for you. And you can just click into our current assignment page and get to that save the date so you can send it on to your members of Congress and just simply invite them to join us and learn more about arthritis as a main cause that we can gather together and advocate for. Our headline for this event is it's a $300 billion crisis, the high cost and impact of arthritis in the United States. And you can learn more about the lunch briefing online. So check it out and invite your members of Congress and their staff. Later on, once we have all of our speakers for the panel finalized, we'll also have an invitation that you can use to send on. And that'll also be available online. I'll certainly also tweet it out and send it out in our follow-up email, which includes our recording for this call. The next ambassador activity is to promote our advocate webinar for this month. As we mentioned before, Rep. Brad Wenstrup will be joining our call to talk about step therapy. And I want to take a moment to thank our amazing advocacy committee in Ohio for having this idea, executing on it, and making this happen. Without your hard work, we would not have such an amazing guest speaker. And I want to say to everybody that if you have a connection or you want to make a touch point between a really great speaker and our webinar series, we'd love to have them. Please just send me an email and we'll make it happen. So special shout out to those Ohio State Advocacy Committee members. We would not have this amazing honor without you guys. So Representative Wenstrup will be on our call later this month on January 24 to discuss the Restoring the Patient's Voice Act, our step therapy federal bill. And we need your help to get the word out. So we've created a link that you can use to promote the webinar. It's right here below. You can just type in http bit.ly/advocate for arthritis. It's our easiest hashtag, so I'm hoping that it helps to get people to click on it and register for this briefing because it's really going to be a good one. The other thing is that we're going to be having a number of blogs to talk about this and different social media pushes. So as you see these things come out, please make sure to invite your friends and family. And just as a reminder, yes, this is 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Our next activity is to Save Chip. And as we talked about before, this is a really great and easy social media push. We have a hashtag Save Chip that you can use to tag your messages. And in our last ambassador newsletter, we also included a toolkit which is available online that you can use to guide your messaging. The more we raise awareness for CHIP, the better off we are. So please take to social media and promote this action item. And finally, our last piece through our Action Center is to take action on our therapy caps that we mentioned during our federal update. We have a pre-populated message. You can click this Tell Lawmakers that #therapy-can't-wait message and take action just then, right then and there. You'll be able to go in, populate your name, and send a pre-written message. It should not take more than 5 minutes to send. So that really caps off our ambassador activities for this month. I do want to make one correction. We had mentioned earlier our state capital days, and I want to tell everyone that Virginia's state capital day is January 23rd, but we had listed the 25th, and I apologize for that. So at this point, I'd like to invite any questions. You can type them in the Q&A, you can type them in our chat feature, or you can simply unmute your line by hitting #6 and asking your question live. All right, hearing none, I'm going to remind you once more, our January 24th Advocate webinar is on step therapy, and we're going to have Representative Brad Wenstrup, so please promote this event. And I see one question, actually, so I'm going to pause. The question is, can you send the save the date from the Voter Voice app? And unfortunately, no. This is one that you'll have to send from your own email addresses, pulling in that link, just to make sure that we are setting it up. But when we have the invitation ready to go, I can do my best to set it up through Voter Voice to make it a bit easier for you to take action. Our next ambassador briefings will be held on March 6th, May 16th, July 18th, and September 12th. The March 6th briefing will really help to coordinate our virtual assembly activities with our assembly. It's going to be a really, really good briefing, so I hope you all mark your calendars now so that you don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. And with that, I would like to say thank you to everyone. If you have any questions that we didn't address today, please email me at jeller@arthritis.org. You can tweet me at julieelleraf or give me a call at 202-843-0094. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're a new ambassador, please stay on the line for our new ambassador orientation, which will begin in just a few minutes.